big aficionado as you are.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Welcome back.
We are back. I'm still eating some pizza.
We're on our starting show number 8.
Yes.
Ocho.
That's amazing. I wasn't sure we'd make it.
We're powering right along.
We're doing so good. I'm wearing my conquistador hat.
Because you're conquering everything in your sight.
Yeah, that's right. We're winning it. I got on my game face. Anybody that knows this shirt.
Are you still eating too?
Yeah, you got to stay fed. It's a 12-hour marathon show. If you don't eat, you're going to waste away, brother.
That's right. You got to keep eating throughout it. Hey, joining us,
we got to get big.
The master of samples, Jamie Beavor. He must have a whiskey library unlike no other.
I want to travel to the Beav's house.
We have gotten samples galore. He keeps us well fed. We're going to be looking at a 15-year Laphroaig from the 1990s tonight.
Shut up.
What are we going to do?
We're going to test it. You saw a little pizza in the mouth.
Jamie, go ahead and introduce yourself. The Beav.
Hi, Jamie. Got you this today. It's a Laphroaig 15-year. So we're going to be testing this one today. Show you the bottle here. Unfortunately, this one here, I think Laphroaig discontinued back in 2008, 2009, much to the chagrin of Laphroaig fans everywhere. But let's see what y'all think of it today.
I like that you're going Pete, baby.
Now, did they just bring it back or last year bring it back? Because there's been a 15-year Laphroaig on the market.
Yeah, what do I got up there?
The 200th anniversary.
Yeah.
It just not the same.
There you go.
Yeah, the original 15 was a classic, considered by a lot to be one of the best peated whiskeys ever. And when the 15 came out for their 200th anniversary, everybody was excited, and then everybody was disappointed really fast after that. So
I was disappointed with that one.
But we didn't have the prior or this 1990s Laphroaig 15.
No, we didn't.
That.
So I didn't have dashed expectations, but I was a little disappointed nonetheless.
I think actually this one, I think Scott may enjoy a little bit more than you will, Bart. It doesn't have I know you like the 10 cast strength. It doesn't have that punch you in the face peat. Okay. It's actually got some sweetness, and then the peat comes along toward the mid palate, toward the end. Not as strong, but just perfectly balanced between, the sweet part, the peat. It's a great whiskey. I enjoy it.
Now, a question for you. You get such good samples. Is the market you're in just that phenomenal, or have you been a whiskey fan for so long that you're like, you know where to go, you know how to source bottles? I mean, because you get some really good stuff.
Actually, around here where I am isn't that great. I believe it or not, I actually only when I met my wife, we've been married 4.5 years now, and before then, whiskey to me was like a Jack and Coke. I wasn't anything. She was drinking bourbon and stuff straight. Started doing some research into getting better stuff for a very short period of time. My whiskey collection went from hardly anything to almost 400 bottles. We go up to Kentucky twice a year. I know probably 8 to 10 websites that if you tell me a bottle, I can tell you which website it is cheapest on, and just constantly through Scotch auctions and stuff like that, getting things that it's part of my greatest. I just love being able to get stuff that no one else can get. Just being able to try something that very few people in the world will get a chance to try is cool.
Yeah.
And I like sharing that. That's why we send out samples to, and stuff like that. So
beautiful. Beautiful. I've got to ask, there's like a giant teddy bear behind you to the right. I see it and I am intrigued, brother. It makes me want to call you Beav the giant teddy bear is what it makes me want to do.
You think that's big? No.
Oh, he's big, man. You won that. I'm like, you must throw like baseballs at old milk bottles or something phenomenally well.
Actually, that is my youngest daughter. She's 15. I got her that for Christmas last year. It's a 9-foot teddy bear.
Woo!
We were in the store and she was like, I want that. So she's my daughter. So I said, okay. And but we're redoing their rooms, repainting and everything, so she had to get it out of her room and just dragged it downstairs.
I like it. And the 9-foot teddy bear has now been on the Dummies show.
Plus, I bet when you're drinking and you lay down on the floor just to catch a little nap, that's a hell of a pillow.
That's right. We come around there on a late Friday night, and you're spooning with the teddy.
Yeah, it's soft and comfy.
Actually, everybody in the house, when it's downstairs in the TV, near the TV, everybody lays on it. It is extremely comfortable.
There you go. Perfect. I just saw it, and I was like, I gots to know. I gots to know.
I didn't realize the camera was that wide, but yeah.
That's perfect. I love it. Those are the little secrets we like.
Now, someone, Disheveled too, points out there's a bottle of Pappy in the background, and Bart's focused on the bear.
True. Yeah, I look for the odd.
Well,
what do you got behind you there, Beav?
Everything that's up there, the Pappy is maybe 6th or 7th best, I would think, in my personal opinion. But I got a lot back here. This is just some of my bourbon that I have out. There's probably about 60 bottles in there. Maybe a third to a quarter of my bourbon.
Nice.
You want me to give you a quick rundown?
Do it.
Okay, let's see what's in here. Hold on. Let's go up on the top. There is all 10 of the Four Roses private selection. You know, each individual yeast strain at cask strength.
You bet.
I got 4 small batch limited editions in the middle. 2 2014s, a 15 and a 16. Down on the bottom here, I got the Parker's Wheat, Booker's 25th anniversary, Old Forester Birthday 2012, which is my personal favorite. Some Orphan Barrels, the Blowhard, which is the 26-year-old, and 2 of the Boss Prophet, the 22-year-old from the George Stagg Distillery, which is incredibly good. Jim Beam's Distiller's Masterpiece, the 23 Pappy, and then the 23 Evan Williams. Hill Select Stock, which I think I sent y'all. That was like the 8-year in the port cask.
It was the brandy cask, I think, which I thought was delicious.
Yeah. Let me see.
It was a cognac or a brandy?
We were both wrong. And then this one in the middle is a small bottle. It was a Blanton's that was actually that was bottled in 1995, which I haven't opened yet to compare to the current Blanton's, but looking for it. Probably gonna do that tonight. Actually.
Nice.
On this side, I got 4 Willett Family Estate Reserves, Blade Bow 22, 2 Elmer T. Lees, a Lock, Stock, and Barrel 16-year-old. Second shelf, 5 Orphan Barrels, just random ones. A couple of the Balcones True Blue Cask Strength, the Rumble Cask Strength, Blanton's Cask Strength, Elijah Craig Wow, some Wellers, and then let's see this final side, and then we'll be done with that. Some more Willett Family Estate, 10-year-old rye and bourbon, a handy, 5 more Orphan Barrels back there, the Knob Creek 2001, I.W. Harper 15-year. That one's a Bourbon Deluxe from the 1970s. What is this? Angels MB Cask Strength, Wild Turkey 12-year Distillers, a 1991 bottle of Gentleman Jack, the Jack Daniel's Sinatra, and then the Jack Daniel's Gold number 27.
Wow. Now with that lineup, I'm going to ask something that Scott usually asks. If there was a fire, everybody's safe, and you can grab one of those, what are you taking out with you? Don't say the bear.
Actually, you know, I thought about this, and I was going through my entire collection. If there were 2 I could take, because even like this Laphroaig 15 that hasn't been made in 10 years, I've got 3 bottles of it. I can get them on auction whenever I want. Wow. Same with all of this. The only 2 bottles that I think that I would have an extreme, well, I mean, some of these I'd have to spend a lot of money to replace them.
Sure.
But the 2 bottles that I would have the hardest time replacing, which are 2 of my favorites also. This one is the Balcones Rumble Cask Reserve.
Okay.
Which is really good. The normal Rumble is good, but the cask strength is incredible. The other one, you'll think this is sacrilege because it's a rum.
I got to switch. Hold on. That other one was just ridiculous.
Hat exchange.
What is
This
it?
one is a this one is an English Harbor 25-year-old rum, 1981 version. English Harbor only does a 25-year rum every now and then when a vintage is what they consider top quality. This was from 1981, so it was bottled in 2006. They did was a 1986 version in 2011. So I mean, this one it would be practically impossible for me to replace.
Wow.
So probably one of the
very, very good. All right, now talk about what we got in front of us now.
Well, I'll tell you, the first nose that I took off of it reminded me almost exactly of the Octomore 6.1 that we just had a little bit ago. Very similar. More sweet now. I got more sweetness with this.
I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't get as much of the creosote. Oh, I get hold on, I just got something unique, almost like a mintiness. Like an effervescent freshness. Wrapped in with that, I can still get that peat throughout. But it's almost got a little bit of what I would say like that pine sweetness.
See, this one's been sitting for a while. I get a lot of red berries on there. I get some sweetness like a vanilla caramel. The one thing I like, and compared to like the 10, this one you get the peat, but it's not like that soot smell of a peat.
Right.
It's more of a smoky peat. It's completely different. It's just more refined than the younger versions they have.
Correct. I agree. Huh.
What's our ABV on this, Jamie?
I believe it's only 43. Let me see. Yeah, 43.
Wow. Nice warming flavor. Hold on, I'm going to have to come back in. I get almost it's almost like a really nice meaty, smoked meaty flavor, savory flavor on there.
Okay, I think
wonderful mouthfeel.
This you can tell is definitely related to Laphroaig 10. But aged 5 more years. I mean, it's the 200th anniversary Laphroaig 15 was kind of sour and off-putting, if I remember right. And the 10 year brings a nice sweetness combination along with the peat, and it's doing the same here. You know what I'm saying? It's very similar.
Yeah, so imagine if you had a couple bottles of this and then you went and got the 200th anniversary going, oh, they brought it back.
Right. What are your, I know you're not, the Beav isn't tasting with us. He's had a bit of a stomach bug, but do you have notes that you can recall on this, or what's your favorite aspect of this?
I do get up at the beginning. I get a sweetness. I do get the red berries, more raspberry. I pick up some. I get a creaminess, some vanilla. And then toward the middle, I get the peat comes on, but it's never like overpowering. I've had a lot of people tell me they get like chocolate at the end, but I've never gotten that. I don't know. I know. Yeah, I've never had chocolate come at the end, but I do know a lot of people that tell me they've had it at the end, but I just don't pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, the peat is a softer peat. It's not as mellow as like the 18s and stuff that I've had, which you would expect. But you're right. This isn't a punch in the face peat.
I don't know about berries. I can't necessarily differentiate and say berries. There's a nice citrus sweetness to it. Like I say, similar to the 10 that comes in with the peat. Not harsh. The peat's not harsh. Very good. I could see buying a bottle of this.
You can see it. You can see it, Beav. He's coming around.
Now, Jeff Pickering had asked if I'd used the force yet tonight.
He's using it now.
Where I close my eyes and draw. And what that does, though, I mean, I kind of do that just to eliminate
the distraction.
distractions, visual distraction, and allows me to focus more on the taste and block Bart's verbal trash, nonsense talking out.
Yeah, the non sequiturs.
It's like a yin and a yang going on here.
Feel it. I mean, come on back, brother. You were cuddling with the bear for a moment.
Yeah. Well, and earlier I was going to point out, what's the movie with Mark Wahlberg and the bear that lives? Ted. I think your bear is Ted, and it's been hitting some of your whiskey up in there. It's just passed out right now.
Well, I can say all whiskey tastes better when you're snuggling with a 9-foot teddy bear.
There you go. Every time you come down to your whiskey cabinet, the bear's just a little bit closer to it.
Oh, it's moving. Yeah.
He winked.
It's moving.
The dog's laying on it.
The dog's on it.
The dog's laying on it right now.
It is moving.
It's his favorite pillow.
Freaky there for a second.
We shouldn't do this.
What?
But do you have your Laphroaig 15 still? Let's try it.
All right.
I'm
almost out here. But you got some more.
Well, we weren't going to draw in too much. We got to stick to our
right. You got to stick to the time. Let me grab.
Well, not our time, but just we were 1 dram an hour. Sure. We don't want to do too much more.
Well, we're surviving. So this is episode 8.
We're pulling out.
All right, we got to do a direct comparison. So this is that.
Well, you're 2/3 of the way, and you can drink a little bit more now. You're gonna make it.
Yeah, it's true. We're doing pretty good. We're into our 8th hour.
Right.
8th guest.
Yes.
And I kind of was worried or concerned that we might peter out a little bit.
No, stronger.
Yep, we're doing good.
Bam. We got a great guest lineup. Thank you, guys.
What are y'all tasting next?
What are we doing with Mark? Mark's up
next,
isn't he? I think Mark's up next.
It may be a little difficult after having some peat.
Yep, Mark Gillespie, Whiskey Cast is up next, and we got Elmer T. Lee.
That's good. That's powerful. Let me see.
You're gonna have a hard time tasting that after this.
We'll see. We'll cleanse palate.
Any difference on the nose? I don't smell that much peat. As much peat to the old.
Yeah. See, this does have that sourness to it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more oaky. There's more oakiness, Amy's husband.
No, oakiness.
Which is Bart's favorite thing.
Yeah.
Which I think is causing that sourness. It's still there a little bit.
Well, to me, the 200th anniversary just doesn't have the depth of flavors. It just kind of sits on the surface and lingers. But I don't get nearly the kind of peat flavor with it either.
Yeah, the older one from the 90s, I think, definitely feels more 15 years old. More sweetness with it.
Well, it's got that
a little bit of a nuttiness
peat flavor that's been tamed down a little bit. Which this has a little bit of the sour twinge to it.
By the way, coin 314. I don't know if we said that.
313 here, 313. We are going to do yet another giveaway, but we're not doing the coins this round. So should we even name these numbers if that's
no? We still set them aside. And then when somebody orders a coin,
got it. So we're going to give away glasses, right?
Sure.
Are we doing glasses?
You want this glass?
Yeah.
We'll do that later.
Okay.
Jamie, you indicated your wife as a major contributing factor in your whiskey collection. Whiskey
connoisseur.
Yeah.
As she likes to say, she likes to drink it, and I find it all.
Ooh, there you go.
It's a good combination for her. But yeah, it was trying to find stuff that she would like more. That got me to keep looking for different stuff and doing tastings and from bars and get samples and stuff like that. So definitely.
What is her favorite?
Actually, probably you're drinking it.
Oh, really?
Right now, the Laphroaig 15.
Wow. Yeah. We'll tell her thank you.
And the Balcones. The True Blue Cast strength, the Willets for the bourbons. she definitely in bourbons likes the cask strength, similar to myself. But yeah, she first only was bourbon, and I watched some reviews, got some like the Balvenie cask or the Balvenie Caribbean cask, some Cragganmore, stuff like that, where she was willing to try some Scotch and was like, wow, this isn't just, you know. And so she started liking it. And after about 1.5 years, 2 years, liking peated stuff at first, the peat, and now it's by far her favorite. So
Wow,
I think
there
most
you
people,
go.
it takes a little bit of time to warm up to it, and then once you start liking it, it takes over everything when it comes to scotches.
Yes, more.
Well, now I've warmed up to it, but it still hasn't replaced a good sherry.
You
Scotch
like your
for me.
sherry, yeah. I'm a peat lover.
So.
Give it another year, you'll come over to the dark side.
That's right. He'll be like,
Jamie,
"What
so
is
I mean,
sherry?"
is that your favorite? What you'd say genre of whiskey? A peated Scotch? What do you think? What's your favorite?
It's my wife's. I still give me a like I said, a good cask strength bourbon. I know the Scotch has the depth of flavors. The peat's wonderful, but just the wow factor, just the overwhelming waves of flavors that bourbon gives. It's just sometimes I don't want to sit down with it, you know, and sit there and search for flavors. I just want to be like overwhelmed with it, and a lot of the cask strength bourbons do that. So,
like the bottle of Wow.
yeah. More about, and I don't know if you guys got some, but the Balcones True Blue cask strength, the Willett Family Reserves, those are my, when it comes to bourbons, by far, those are my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, we don't have Willett is not for sale here,
Right.
and Balcones we have not seen in at least Wichita either. I have seen it in Texas, of course. That was the Brimstone. Not a big fan of the Brimstone. I can tell you that much. Have you had that?
The which one?
The Brimstone, Balcones Brimstone.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that one?
I don't know.
It's different.
It was different. I remember I tried that one and the Corsair Triple Smoked at the same time. I actually did like the Balcones better. It was more
really
woodsy campfire one than it was the Triple Smoke.
Yes.
But, they were both really different. So I don't know. I haven't tried Brimstone in a long time because it wasn't something that I looked at and went, yeah.
It was odd because
it's one of the only.
I would drink it sometimes and I'd think, okay, this isn't too bad. And then I'd drink it sometimes, I'd be like, ugh.
It's like you stepped into the sagebrush fire.
Yeah, but then it's like I could tell the base whiskey itself was really good, but the malting of the barley or the smoke that they used
was too strong.
Was too different.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Which that's really one of the only Balcones products that I'm not a huge fan of. But when you get their cask strength ones, it just multiplies their flavor so much. It's just they're impossible to find. The only place I've ever found the cask strength ones, Master of Malt has them sometimes. And then I was actually up in Nashville at Cork Dorks. It's a really good liquor store they have there. That the people at Corsair actually sent me to, saying they have more cask strength bottles than we do here.
Oh, now hold on. It's called Cork Dorks. I'm going to be in Nashville.
Cork Dorks.
I'm going to be there in early September, so I'm going to need to go there.
Yeah, it is incredible. It's nice. My wife likes it. They have all wooden carts with wooden wheels and all kinds of stuff. But we went in there and they had the Balcones True Blue cask strength, which I'd only seen online for like $130, $140. They had it for $69. They had 5 bottles, I think it was. So needless to say, all 5 bottles ended up in my cart.
Woo.
And so, but that's the only store that I've ever found in the U.S. where I've actually seen it.
Wow.
So
well, I'm definitely going to Cork Dorks. I'm finding Cork Dorks when I'm in there. I'm going to be like, where's it at?
By far, it is worth. If you're in the area or you're going to like Kentucky, go to Nashville, go to Cork Dorks, and then when you're in Kentucky, Liquor Barn. Great liquor store.
Doing it.
Yeah, George Kaplan points out that Cork Dorks has a great store.
Wow, good name.
Yeah.
Cork Dorks. That's like a place we would own.
Yeah, it's like a kumquat.
Oh, kumquat.
Just kind of
shop.
Funny sounding.
Cork Dork.
Yeah. Yeah, you go in there, you go down the aisles. I mean, they are as packed as they can be, boxes full of stuff everywhere. I mean, they've got a ton of stuff you can't find other places.
Wow.
I don't know how they get it all, because I've been to other places in Tennessee and they don't have half the selection that place does.
Now, Bart used kumquat in a review, a couple reviews ago.
Yeah, and you gave me a look like I said something dirty.
I don't think I've ever tasted a whiskey where kumquat came to mind for a flavor note.
I would agree.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I don't think I use it as a flavor note. I think I called you a kumquat. And I was like, shut up, kumquat, something like that. No, I didn't. I didn't yell at him. Somehow I worked it into a conversation, though. It was good you brought it back up. That's got the comment stream.
But there was another word, too, because someone had commented it was the first time they'd ever heard kumquat, and then the other word used.
Did I use onomatopoeia?
No.
Oh.
Wasn't that one.
I love onomatopoeias. Like, boom.
Yeah, if y'all are having a conversation about kumquat, I may have been wrong about saying y'all are going to make it through all 12 hours.
True. Yeah, you were way too optimistic. I'm just telling you that. We knew we had to make it to Mark Gillespie, and then everything's in doubt at that point in time.
Whiskey,
you just got to be straight.
Whiskey Lassie now doubts our ability to go 12 hours.
Oh, she's a doubter. She's a doubter. We shall prove her wrong.
I'd challenge Joanne to use that as a descriptor in one of her whiskeys.
Yes.
In her whiskey review.
But I don't think any whiskey is going to have a kumquat flavor.
Don't know. Maybe.
No.
See, I just want to know why y'all think y'all can make it 24 hours next year.
Well, I know. Yeah, he keeps saying 24. I got a board game guy that did a 24-hour show, but that didn't involve whiskey.
We'll see how we're doing. We still got 4 hours left after this one.
Oh, yeah. The 15-minute turnaround's killing us, though. Although now we're set. We are set at this location until we go out to the fire. Yeah.
Actually, it's a good thing.
You need to do the 20.
I was going to say it's a good thing that Cousin Shane is here watching because he can go out and stoke the fire.
Right. Well, you don't need to stoke it. We just need to get her burning. We're good to go.
See, next year you need to do a 24-hour marathon and call it 24 hours to get us to Scotland.
Wow, there you go. That'd be good.
That's a nice.
That's
little,
like
that's
the
telethon right there.
Yeah, we would need like stand-in dummies.
Yeah,
they'd have to stand in. We'd go like get a 4-hour nap.
Go take a little nap and then come back.
We give giant teddy bears.
Let the wife take over for a bit.
There you go. There you go. I don't know.
We'll get some co-hosts that'll host the show.
Wow. Okay. What if they stole it? What if they were so good? Like people are like, these dummies suck. These other guys are good.
I think 24 hours of boom would be too
12
much.
hours of boom is still in doubt. Although we're past the halfway point. We're over the hump. Now, what part, if you don't mind, I don't remember. I know you probably know, Scott, but what part of Florida are you from? And you can be as general or specific.
I can't believe you don't remember that after talking about your cruise ship. You were here for a couple days.
Dang it, Jacksonville.
There you go.
See, now it was back. Yeah, it was. The American Cruise Lines went out of business, and the final port of call was Jacksonville, Florida, and they were like, "Find your way home."
That's why they went out of business, because Jacksonville was their final port of call.
Well, see, they used to once they got down into Florida, they would do this inlet water cruise that I think went all the way down to Miami or maybe even around the Keys. But they shut down. They're back now. I just saw the other day they're back. So, but I got to tell you, they started all summer. They did a Maine trip, and then as the weather started to turn, it was a Chesapeake Bay tour. And then as the weather really started to turn, that's when we headed south, and we were. We got to Jacksonville. So that is it.
Well, I was trying to think of a trivia question now for our watchers. Let's do this. I encourage everybody to refresh the feed. Make sure you're live. We'll wait a couple of minutes, and then we'll throw the trivia question in there. Because I know sometimes when you log in or you start the video, it's behind.
How about this? What's on the other side of this shirt?
Well,
if you're a fan, you know.
If you know what's on the other side of the shirt,
And there was a
Say
bit of a
that's it.
flash. There was a bit of a flash earlier. Is
Yeah,
that the
tonight?
question?
First person that
Tonight?
Yeah.
You flashed it tonight?
A little bit. I don't know if it made it up. It might have been when Beavor was talking.
Anybody knows? That's
right.
the trivia question to win a glass.
That's
What's
it.
on the other side of
That's right.
Bart's shirt?
And what were you saying there, Beav? I cut you off.
Oh, nothing. No, I'm good.
All right. Beav knows what's on the other side of the shirt.
I got no clue. No idea.
It's been in a couple shows. It's all about the game face. Anybody? I see some
Nope, not
comments.
I was about to say in a second I can back up, and the first person to say what comic strips on my shirt, they win.
Jimmy Drammer. Jimmy Drammer just got
What
it.
did Jimmy Drammer say?
And then, close. Jesse Voisin right behind him, and Farrell Barrel. Right
So who
behind
got it though?
him. Jimmy Drammer.
Game face! Game face!
Gorilla. We had one guest came in of Skin.
Woo! Ha!
That's on the other side.
There's
of
a
that.
big gorilla.
Technically, it is
What?
Skin.
Yeah,
It's
but
on the
that's
other
That's what you meant on the
yeah, that's like the cheating
side.
answer.
And a scar.
I think Beaver's been scarred by that.
Jimmy Drammer. What? How many? I need to get a bag and we'll mark it.
Wow, yeah.
That's what I was.
There's
looking
more
for.
bags
It's over here.
upstairs. Sorry. I think. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. That was good. That gorilla came in nice.
We'll need a different bag. Grab a
Oh, how that
big
happened?
bag for me if you would.
Yeah, put on your game face, and then you get the whole gorilla thing cheering. So that's it. Now, do you want to do? Should we do the random number 4 from Patreon? Are you ready for that?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna do it. Now, I'm checking just to update, see if anybody's come in recent. All right, I show we're still at 34. So interestingly enough, that email we got last time, it must have already been reflected on Patreon. I've refreshed twice. So let me see. Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 34.
It's 25.
25.
25 on that gets the other glass, right? And we need to sign it.
Yes, we do. We got to sign it.
2 bags, cousin Shane.
2 bags. Oh, you're signing that one? Sign that one. So what drams are in your future, Beaver? What are you looking to get? What do you have and you haven't tasted yet?
I don't even know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I know we're going up to Kentucky again in September. When I go up there, it's more or less just looking to see what's available. Certain distilleries that have distillery only bottling, so it's just a matter of what they have there. Trying to think. Cavalon Fino cask is probably going to be one of my next purchases.
Oh, there you go. Taiwanese. Nice.
Trying to think of anything else that we.
Anything relevant?
And then also, I know I've been getting into a bit of some of the older Scottish grain whiskeys. There's a 52-year-old Girvan that I've tried, sampled. That's really good. Probably going to pick up a bottle of that soon.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. I know, well, probably our biggest thing coming for our show is going to be we're doing that 16-bottle blind, almost like double blind bourbon shootout. I know we've mentioned it, but Scott's taken the 16 bottles. We can talk about some of them. I don't know if at this point I can remember all of them that are in there. He's put them all in sample bottles. What are they, 4-ounce bottles? Yeah, 4-ounce bottles. And then so I just get them 1 through 16, and then I'm randomly selecting and putting A through whatever in or whatever matches on there. So as we're trying them, we are trying the same 4 drams at the same time, but we have no idea what they are. And we're going to do all 16 of those and then have a final little shootout. Oh, and on that note, anybody that goes to scotchtestdummies.com, we have a poll on there. So we list all the different bottles that we're doing this with, and everybody can go on and vote for what they think is going to win or their favorite bottle. And if that bottle ends up winning, then there's a giveaway for them. I can't remember what we're doing.
I went on and picked mine, and I saw that you had like certain entries or something like that by different things you did on there.
I think so, right? Wasn't it?
You can pick, and then you get another registration if you tweet it. You can get
That's right.
another vote if you're a YouTube subscriber.
Yeah,
and a fourth vote if you Instagram it.
Yeah.
So there's just multiple different things you can do. Well, cool.
Okay, so Patreon. Let's see, Jimmy, give me your email address.
All right. See, the wife is in Puerto Rico. Now, she didn't take the Scotch Test Dummies coin with her, but you can see, well, get the glare off of there. There you go. I'm sure that's a famous place with a mariachi kind of thing going on. It's probably not mariachi, but, well, they got guitars. Boom. I don't know why I'm filling time. I'm filling time.
Got it, Jimmy. Thanks.
All right, so we got Jimmy's in there. All right, where are we at? We're at 736. Sorry, go ahead, Beef.
Y'all are doing it's under 100 proof. Is that what this 16 is?
Yes.
Well-
Well, 50 or because we have one that's right at 50,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. So there's one right at 50. So it's 50 or under.
So when are y'all going to do the cast strength version of that? So you can get some.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving what you're talking about there. That's I want to do that, but I want to do a peat one too.
Bubba and the Beard are getting ready to do a barrel proof shootout.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will work up to that as well. I mean, we're loving those and doing this blind. We've even talked the next time we do a flight of 16 blind, we're probably going to even randomly draw them for both of us. So that way we can't even compare on each other for what kind of tasting notes we're getting. We'll see. It's a little bit more disjointed, I think, as you do that. But also there's a lot less chance to influence each other on what we're tasting. We kind of thought of that after we did the first one where G stood out for me, but it stood out for you as well. But we were curious if maybe we were influencing even each other as we did it. But we'll try that, and then we'll find out which one works best.
Next time we know if we need to do it different.
Yeah, because I kind of like having the bottles there as well. But this blind deal has been interesting. I do believe, I mean, there's one, both of us, after we did one of these shows, we were like, man, I want to find out what bottle L is right now or whatever bottle it was. Because I'm like, I really like that. I'm so curious. But that's kept a fun little spark for us as we're trying so many as well. Do you do any blind tasting with your own stock there?
I don't. I have my wife do it.
Cool.
I'll pick out and I'll put them in, and she has to do them in certain orders. And normally I know her taste buds well enough that I can kind of, where it's in where they get better as they go.
Sure.
But yeah, she does them all the time. And whenever I get new stuff in, I almost always make her taste it blind first to see if she really likes it. Because that way there's no preconceived notions of what it is. And you'd be surprised sometimes at what wins and what doesn't.
No, yeah. Same deal with us. Yeah.
Is that Tiffany?
Yes.
Yep. She's on here commenting. Thanks, Tiffany. You got an extra viewer.
What are you putting?
You don't even know.
Got a way to go back and see this.
Nah, nothing bad.
No, it's all good. All good.
Yeah, sure.
So what is your favorite, if you're not afraid to say, bourbon that you've had, that you've tasted? What would you rank as your absolute all-time favorite? Whiskey. Let's say whiskey. Maybe it's not a
I
bourbon.
want to take it beyond, but he's bourbon lean.
Okay.
Favorite bourbon ever, Willett 13-year-old Family Estate Reserve.
Wow.
Cast strength. I have 2 bottles back here behind me. That's probably favorite bourbon. What are you laughing for? You read something? Okay, never mind. Second, I actually had an opportunity and tried an A.H. Hirsch 16-year-old.
A what?
A.H. Hirsch.
Oh, okay.
16-year-old bottle a long time ago. It's a bottle. It's about $2,000 a bottle.
Wow.
Tried some. It's exceptional.
Did you say $2,000 a bottle?
Yes.
Whoo.
It's up there in like your Pappy range. Just my personal opinion, much better. But yeah, I actually did a tasting once at a bourbon bar. There was a the Lost. Oh, I forgot. Lost Prophet would be in there. That's the 20-year Orphan Barrel. Is incredibly good bourbon.
Really?
It's the only one of the Orphan Barrels that's really good. Most of the Orphan Barrels were on the shelves for a long time that you could pick them up anytime you wanted. The Lost Prophet came out and it was gone. You never even saw it. It was an incredible bourbon. But I did a tasting. There were 8 bourbons in the blind tasting. There was a George T. Stagg from 2012, Lost Prophet, 20-year-old Pappy, Michter's 20-year-old, the A.H. Hirsch, William Weller, W.O. Weller, the William LaRue Weller, basically the BTAC edition. I'm trying to remember what the other 2 were, but it was just incredible tasting on that one.
And that's the Orphan Barrel Lost Prophet. Is that right?
It actually, I think it came in first or second. That and the A.H. Hirsch were the top 2, followed by the Weller, the Stagg, and I think Pappy ended up being like 6 out of 8 of all the people that tasted it.
When was the Lost Prophet out? Recently, or
I want to say like 2 years ago.
So you might be able to find it.
Oh no, there's no.
You can find it secondary. It's about $300 to $400 a bottle now. It's really not that bad.
I mean, you might find a dusty bottle in a shelf.
Compared to you won't find that on the shelf.
Whiskey Scout.
Yeah,
I end up getting
Scout's on it. He was on his phone over here. He's already calling.
He's like, I've got a secret guy in an old speakeasy.
Yeah, I ended up getting. I think
he's got a guy.
Yeah,
I want it.
I got 4 bottles of it. I drove down 2.5 hours down to Melbourne to pick up 2 of them. I got 1 in Daytona, and then I was actually at Stencil Weller doing a tour, and I asked one of the ladies if they had any Orphan Barrels, and she was like, "Yeah, we got the Barter House and something else." I was like, "You got anything else?" And she's like, "I think I have a Lost Prophet in the back," and I was like, "Please check."
Yeah.
And she went back, sold it to me retail at $129. And I had her keep it while I did the tour. And then when I got it, 3 people that were in the gift shop, because that was the only one they had, came up to me and offered to buy it for me for more money than I just paid for it.
Wow. That's one that you got to like lay low to play that one good.
No, you punch him right in the nose.
No. When you originally find out and the clerk is like, "Well, I think I have a Lost Prophet." That's when you play, "Well, I'm not really looking for that one, but man, how much do you have on that?"
Bruno would be like, "Woo!" And he'd be like yelling, and people would be gathering around.
Bruno would be like, "Look, Bart, there's an Elijah Craig over there."
Yes. Yeah, he'd be like, "Look at that, Elijah Craig barrel proof. Where's it at? I got it. I got the Octomore 6.3.
Yeah.
He's
There's a Port Charlotte.
Yeah. He knows I'm bigger, so he used the distraction technique.
Yeah, that one's the Lost Prophet. I don't know if you can see that well.
Yep. I am officially looking for a bottle of that.
Wow, he's looking for it.
Actually, I think I sent you samples of it.
Ooh.
Did you?
You may have some.
Okay.
I know there's too many of them to go through, but yeah, look for it. It's pretty good.
Goodness.
Well, the thing was, we always kind of wanted a blog post, and we kind of wondered, we didn't want to just drink the samples and have them go away. So we do have the majority of your samples. We still have. I mean, we've drank a couple.
Right. With the live show, we wanted, but then we wanted to start doing them with little snippets for the actual Scotch page.
Well, the new website has a blog post. So yeah, now we're hoping to go back through, taste some of these, and then post our notes onto our blog page.
Bingo. Kind of ad hoc, like this show. Kind of off the cuff.
All right. Well, we are at the quitting point. Jamie, thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for all the lovely samples. Thank you.
Scott's going to be mad. We didn't get to talk about these 2 board games.
Yeah. Show them real quick.
Before we go, I don't want Tiffany to feel left out. What is her favorite whiskey she's ever had?
What's your favorite whiskey you ever had?
Oh, I love the Lost Prophet.
Lost Prophet.
Hey.
There she is.
Hey. Hold on. There's board games coming in.
Yeah,
We're running out of time.
Yard or something.
Yeah.
Social Security.
Yep.
Social Security. These are back from the 1970s.
Beautiful. Scotland Yard's still strong.
I've never even seen it before. I didn't even know what these were. Like, she was like, take them. I was like, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go.
Cool.
Jamie, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Good
Thanks
to
to
see you.
everybody that's tuning in. Tiffany, thank you for sharing your husband with us for an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
She's like, anytime.
There you
Yeah.
go. And Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks. See you, baby.